Adding it to your footwear collection, you can't go wrong. This boot is truly an original. Since its inception, the Clark's desert boots has become a men's style stalwart, but the real question is whether or not the Clark's desert boots truly do stand the test of time. In this video, let's find out. And so in this comprehensive long-term Clark's desert boots review, I'm going to give you an abridged history of Clark's, and then I'm going to delve into the style and design of the boots, the quality and craftsmanship, comfort and durability, shoe sizing and price, and then we're going to finish things up with the pros and cons, how they've held up over the past 7 years, and finally wrap things up with whether or not I think they're worth it. So the Clark's story began nearly 200 years ago when Cyrus and James Clark founded the company in 1825. It wasn't until the 1950s that the Clark's desert boot was born. Since its humble beginnings, the desert boot has made its mark as a status and cultural symbol around the world, worn by beatniks, mods, Jamaican rude boys, Brit pop bands like the Beatles, from Tokyo to London, all the way from Paris to Kingston and the United States. And it's no surprise that the Clark's desert boot appeal still endures till this day. All right, so let's dive into the style and design of this boot. The Clark's desert boot has a distinct silhouette that's instantly recognizable. What was once worn as a functional footwear has evolved to become every modern man's smart casual boot of choice. What's unique about my pair of Clark's desert boots, perhaps the most popular as well, is that unmistakable beeswax colorway. It's a full grain leather upper that's similar in construction to a saddleback bag. The leather is easily marked, which can add a distinct character to each boot. The desert boots design leans more casual in my opinion, although you can dress them up too. I feel that they're most at home worn comfortably with, a pair of jeans and a rugged field jacket. Now in terms of quality and craftsmanship, the Clark's desert boots are quite well made, even if they are made overseas. Vietnam is now the #1 exporter of textiles in the world, surpassing Bangladesh and even China. And I've got to say that my homeland makes some high quality products. The Clark's desert boot doesn't have much of a lining. The leather upper is comprised of a single piece of leather and it's about like a medium weight. As for the stitching, it is not Goodyear welted, but according to the Clark's team, they are Blake stitched. So as I mentioned before, that beeswax leather is super rough and rugged, reminding me of saddleback leather bags. Type of leather that's prone to scratches and markings. This allows for each boot to develop a unique look through the days, weeks, and ultimately years of wear. Quick product details, the boots, they are fully leather upper here, fully leather lined. It's got that crepe sole, 0.5 inch platform here, 1 inch heel, and it's made in Vietnam. So are the Clark's desert boots comfortable? So the Clark's boots crepe sole, that rubber crepe sole, definitely aids in a more comfortable step. They're neither wide nor narrow, but they do fit my feet pretty nicely, whether I'm wearing no-show socks or thicker merino wool socks. I've worn these boots for many years now and never experienced any type of pain or discomfort in my feet or toes. As of now, Clark's only offers a standard medium width, which I feel is adequate for guys with slightly wider feet. The break-in period for the Clark's desert boots is quicker than other more rugged boots, like a pair that I own, the Wolverine 1000 miles, or my Thursday President's boot. And this is mainly due to the boot's form factor and again, that soft crepe sole. All in all, the walkability of these boots is quite good. Definitely not sneaker level type of comfort, but you can still walk all day long without feeling any pain in my experience. Alrighty, so how have these boots held up over the past 7 years of wear? Well, over the past 7 years, these boots have gone through, I'd say, hundreds of wears. I didn't wear them a whole bunch in the past, I'd say 2 years, just because I had so many other boots that I started wearing, and this, just started to run its course. However, I did start wearing them again in preparation for this review, just so that I can get a good feel of the boots again. Overall, these boots have held up very well through the years, and it's even built a distinct character of its own, as you can see by the unique scratches and markings all throughout the boot. I remember early on in these boots' life cycle, I took them on a trip to Italy. This was probably 6 years back now, and we did a ton of walking through the cobblestone streets to long museum halls. It was just all day walking and sightseeing. Everything was good up until one day it was just pouring rain, and let me tell you, these boots do not hold up well in the rain. especially with that crepe sole. So yeah, definitely not suited for wet conditions. You're not going to be wearing these with puddles around, because that water is definitely going to creep in through that crepe sole, and then your feet are just going to get soaked. But other than that, everything else was pretty good. Now, another area that might disappoint you about these boots is that crepe sole. Although it leans more casual and it aids in a more comfortable step, it also gets extremely dirty extremely fast. So as you can see, it definitely does dirty up quite easily, and it's not all that easy to clean up. For the sake of a fair review, I decided to leave the sole as is, and as you can see, it's quite nasty. The sole has also become sticky of sorts, and it attracts all kinds of debris and hair, which really isn't the most attractive sight. I normally wear my desert boots casually, and so the dirty soles don't bother me all that much. And over time, these boots have developed a very nice creasing, as you can see, and I do have some shoe trees in there just to aid in prolonging the leather of these boots. I always recommend shoe trees if you want to take good care of your boots and shoes, your leather boots and shoes. All right, so what about sizing? Are Clark's desert boots true to size? So I'm normally a 7.5 US, and so I got these boots in the 7.5 European, 8.5 US, and so it runs slightly larger than normal. Running nearly true to size, I would recommend sizing down a half size if you're between sizes, but as of now, they only offer, again, that standard medium D width, which is unfortunate for the guys with super wide feet. But the great thing about these boots fit is that you can wear them with thinner socks or thicker socks, and it still fits pretty comfortably. Oh, and I quickly wanted to go over the difference between the Clark's desert boots and the Bushacre boot. And so the primary difference between the two is basically that crepe sole. The Clark's desert boot has a crepe sole, the soft one, and the Bushacre has more of a rugged rubber sole. It's solid and probably more durable as well. And so I'd say the Bushacre is a slightly more refined boot than the Clark's desert boot, this leaning more casual. Alrighty, so let's get into these pros and cons. So the pros: it is instantly recognizable, a forever classic and iconic shoe, simple and clean boot design that's high character and easy to style. The beeswax leather develops unique creasing and markings over time, which is quite nice in my opinion. Many leather and suede colorways to choose from. They're comfortable boots that you can wear pretty much all day for walking around, and it's at an affordable price point of mostly around $150 on their website, retail, and I believe on Amazon. Some of the cons: it is not a good winter boot, not good for wet conditions, and the crepe sole gets super dirty. So in the end, ultimately, is the Clark's desert boots worth it in my opinion? Over the last 7 years, I really can't complain about the condition of the boots. The worn-in beeswax leather has aged quite gracefully in my opinion. Sure, that crepe sole is quite disgusting, and I really haven't cared to clean it up at all. And so overall, I'm impressed with the boots. They're still wearable and comfortable for now. It might be time to upgrade though. At sub $200, you are paying for a timeless boot that's more distinctive than most. And this quintessential favorite doesn't sacrifice style or comfort either. Ultimately, I highly recommend the Clark's desert boot. It makes for the perfect entry-level boot for any guy. Adding it to your footwear collection, you can't go wrong. This boot is truly an original. And that's all I got for this video. Thank you as always for watching. I got another one for you right here and right here, so go and check one of those out. If you're new here, go ahead and consider subscribing. I put out new videos like this weekly. That's all I got for this video. Cheers to your style, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.